Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Testing 1, 2, 3. All right. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Shall we start now? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening, my dearest brothers and sisters of CFSIIUM. We are gathered on this auspicious night for the Language and Self-Development Talk brought to you by the Land Society. On this great Barakah evening, allow me to introduce myself. I am Nida Husna binti Muhammad Nizam, President of the Language Society, and I'm beyond honored to be the Master of Ceremony for tonight's event. Before we proceed with our main objective, let us pray for guidance and blessings from Almighty Creator. With that, please welcome Brother Muhammad Harith bin Hamzah to lead the recitation of dua.
إلى حضرة النبي المصطفى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وصحبه الكرام الفاتحة. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء المرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Ya Allah, Ya Rahim, praise to be God, the Lord of the worlds. Peace and blessing be upon our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companions and for those who followed his example until the judgment day. Allahumma ya Allah, on this blessed night, in conjunction with the Language and Self-Development Program, we beseech thee and grateful towards you in favor for all the infinite blessing to us, your humble servant, to live in safe and prosperous life. We seek your blessing for our flawless progress of this event from the beginning till the end. We seek your guidance to steer clear of events that would detrimental the progress of this event. Ya Latif, Ya Rahman, please bless us with your tawfiq and hidayah. Please guide International Islamic University Malaysia to greatness, peace, glory and prosperity in this world and the hereafter. Make us responsible, intellectual, granted us with a valuable knowledge that will be beneficial to mankind in order to gain your marjatilah. Make us your righteous servant that followed your commands and neglect the sinful act. Please forgive us for our wrongdoing. ربنا عليك توكلنا وإليك أنبنا وإليك المصير. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين. الله منكم.
Amin, Ya Rabbal Alameen. A very warm thank you for Brother Harid for the recitation of dua. That aside, let me have a guess as to why we are graced with your presence for tonight. By any chance, do you find yourself hesitating or hindered by your lack of confidence or social skills when it comes to conversing with other people in daily conversations? Are you looking for ways to cultivate and communication skills that the non-parent student required to be successful in all traits alive while simultaneously working on your own self-development as a person? Sounds familiar? If so, shall we proceed? As the hours strike 8:40, it is time for us to welcome our guest speaker, Dr. Ainul Azmin binti Madzamin. Please welcome. Without any more dilly-dallying, let's have the pleasure to get to know our honorable guest for tonight's talk. So, who exactly is she? Well, she is the Assistant Professor of the English Language and Literature Department of International Islamic University Malaysia. In her 27 teaching experience as an instructor, she has delivered talks and training for both public and private sectors. Her research interest lies in the area of English for specific purposes, TESOL, as well as language pedagogy. Dr. Ainul has developed new strategies to prepare graduates for the cutthroat demands of the industry. She has also championed many engagement projects of multiple universities. is taught with the Best Teacher Award in IIUM Quality Day 2009 and the sole IIUM representative for the prestigious Anugerah Academic Negara for Best Teaching Practice, Dr. Ainul is truly a force to be reckoned with. Am I right? That's not all. My fellow comrades, as a lecturer and researcher passionate about her work, she has published a lot of articles up to date. For example, in 2020, she has published an article titled Criteria of the Ideal English Language Teacher as Perceived by Secondary and Tertiary Indonesian Students. She is also involved in conferences and workshops items such as during the seminar on the roles of university in responding to psychological issues in the community, ISRUPIC, in 2019. She hosted a workshop called Empowering Local Youth and University Students Through Project-Based Learning, a case study on incorporating community-based project in literature classrooms. In fact, our respectable Dr. Ainul has also penned and published her first literary work titled Workplace Communication for Graduating Students, a quick guide under Kuliah of Islamic Revealed Knowledge and Human Sciences. Yes, wow, even I am in awe and deeply impressed, intimidated as well. So, they always say procrastination is the thief of time, right? So, without further ado, I will be passing the microphone to Dr. Ainul now to at last begin the main show of the night. Doctor, the floor is yours. Please welcome.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you very much, Sister Husna and all the other committee members, who have been very thoughtful, to invite me. All right, it's such an honor to be involved in the activities at the CFS Gambang. I believe this is a language society, right, at the center. And it is also a club or a society under the Department of Human Sciences. So it's heartwarming actually to see that our students at the Foundation Center, they are actively involved in activities outside classroom. So this is what we would like to see more happening among our students over there in Gambang. For your information, I was a lecturer at the matriculation also for about 8 years, before I joined the main campus in 2008. I actually joined the university in the year 2000, and then I was stationed in PJ at that time. So I spent a great deal of time being among the matriculation students. So it's a lot of memories and nostalgia being among our CFS students again tonight. I hope this will be a semesterly event for you, to invite lecturers, to share a little bit of their experiences with you at the center. Okay. As the topic given to me, language and self-development. All right, when Shazrina contacted me about the topic, I was thinking to myself, how can I tackle this topic, all right, in relation to the students in Gambang, because when we talk about language, all right, we have to think about the audience that we are approaching. I can talk about, I can be given the same topic, but my audience may be my postgraduate students, or I can be given the same topic, but my audience would be high school students. All right, so here comes the challenge. How do I address the topic according to the audience? So it took me a while, all right, to think through and to fine tune my presentation for all of you tonight in Gambang. But inshallah, I will try my best to share a little bit of my experience, being a language instructor, someone who's been teaching English for many years already. Okay, my daughter just joined us in Gomba. Actually, she was also a student in CFS Gambang. Yeah, so it's very interesting to see all of you here tonight. Alhamdulillah. Okay, so let's look at the topic again: language and self-development. Yeah, let me share my screen. Okay. Can you see my slides?
Yes, madam.
Okay, all right. So this is a topic that was given to me, language and self-development. All right. So there are actually two parts to our topic tonight. Yeah, there's the language aspect and also the self-development. Okay. So let's see, how many of you are now in session? Do we have a lot of people already joining us? 28. Okay. All right. What I would like to start off with, okay, I'm not sure whether you are familiar in using Mentimeter. Okay, let's try Mentimeter. Okay. What I would like you to do is, okay, let me go to, okay, can you just type on your phones? Yeah, just type on your phone. Okay. Menti.com. All right, menti.com. Okay, and use this code. Okay, the code is 79695353. All right, can you try and do that? Can you see my screen? Can you still see my screen?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Okay, so you just go to menti.com. All right, and the code is 79695355. Okay. Now, what is the question? Okay, what is the question? The question is, what does it mean? Okay, what is self-development? What does self-development mean to you? Okay, what does self-development mean to you? So in your phones, all right, I would just like to see your answers. Yeah, what does it mean by self-development to you? All right, so the computer will generate the answers on the screen now. Can you see my Mentimeter screen, or are you still looking at my slides? Okay, I can see the answers popping out now. Usna, do you see my screen on Mentimeter, or do you see my slides, Usna?
I'm seeing your slide.
Oh, okay. I'll just stop there and I'll go to the Menti. Okay, never mind. You can keep on typing. I will share. Can you see my Menti slide, my Mentimeter?
Yes, madam.
Yes, you can see my Mentimeter?
Yes, madam.
Okay, so your responses are popping out, as you can see. These are all your, your definition of self-development. Okay, a way to improve myself. Okay, for me, self-development is improving myself mentally and physically. All right, only mentally and physically. Okay, what about spiritually? All right, improving myself to be better. Okay, the best version of myself. Very interesting. Creating a better inner and outer inner and outer. Okay, what else? Improving ourselves in good aspects of our life. Okay, what about the bad aspects of our life? All right, confident, that's what self-development means to some of you. Okay, a way to explore life skills, self-esteem, and positivity. All right, so there's the word positivity there. Very interesting. Changing my characteristic to better or excellent from being poor and lack in self-esteem and confidence. Okay? A process of consciously improving my language. All right, so here's one specific aspect, yeah, improving my language. Progress towards success in all aspects after facing failures. Yes, yeah. In life, there are times when we are faced with failures, all right? Okay, this is an interesting one. Glow up, all right? Glow up. Self-development means glow up. I'm not sure about what glow up means here. Well, at one glance, it might just be grow up, all right? For some people, you need to, just become a more mature person when you self-develop, okay? What else? I evolve in any way, shape or form. Okay, very interesting, all right? It can be physical, it can be mental, it can be spiritual, all right? What else? Assess their skills and qualities, okay? Set goals, realize and maximize their potential, okay? The feeling and realization that their actions are different than they were before, all right? So that's, the transition from who you are now, all right, compared to who you were before, okay? What else? Self-development is improving oneself to be a better person, okay? And here's another one: continuous effort or self-improvement in areas of life, both physical and otherwise. Okay, very interesting. All right, so these are some of the answers that we are getting. All right, okay. So these were your answers, yeah, not mine, but yours. All right. Okay, so let's go back to the slides. Okay. So you were sharing with me a little reflection of what it means to you, yeah, what self-development means to you. Okay, so what is this self-development? All right, what is it to you or to all of us? Yeah, what does it mean actually? Okay, many people, yeah, many Westerners, all right, they would like to look at self-development as something positive, yeah. That means you are happy, yeah, something more, all right? That means you are more happy, okay? Maybe you were happy yesterday, but you are happier today. So that's the self-development, all right? Maybe you are more successful now compared to maybe 10 years ago, yeah? You are students right now, okay? That means you are doing, you're on your way to getting your degree, all right? So I can say that you are more successful today compared to when you were maybe in school 4 or 5 years ago. You were still in high school, all right? You are still learning as a student in a high school compared to now learning as a student at the tertiary level, right? Self-development also can be regarded as something more effective in you, yeah? Let's say when you were a student in high school, all right, you were not very good in mathematics, perhaps, yeah? But as the days pass by, all right, as you now enter the university level, you have sharpened your skills, all right, in this particular area of mathematics, for example, yeah? So you have developed yourself in that sense, right? Self-development can also be looked from the aspect of flourishing yourself in a particular activity. Some of us are good in certain sports, for example, yeah? So over the years, yeah, you have gained better skills, yeah, in playing soccer maybe, or playing volleyball, yeah. Volleyball, for example, is a sports that require a lot of skills, yeah. So self-development can also, be reflected in this kind of skills. It's not necessarily, because you're a student, so you just need to be a clever student in class. But there are also other things that you can develop, in terms of your life outside the classroom. Okay. It can also be in terms of your efficiency in certain activities of your choice. All right. Some of us have, different kind of hobbies in life. Yeah. Um, Maybe we like to go skating, or we like to go driving, for example. Some of us are keen in, uh, I don't know, jungle trekking. All right. So maybe this year you want to climb the mountain. Your target is to climb the mountains in Peninsular Malaysia. But perhaps next year you want to try the mountains over there in Borneo. So you set your targets, all right, and then you become better and better at it. Yeah. You can also develop your talents and your potential. Some of us love cooking, all right, and you are talented in it. Yeah. So maybe before this you only know how to bake simple cookies. Yeah, but you want to try the more complicated ones. Yeah, the more advanced recipes. Okay. So self-development is about achieving goals. Yeah. And when I say goals, it can be both the short-term goals as well as the long-term goals. Yeah. So these ideas about self-development are not limited to just this list that I have. Yeah. But it can be more than that. You can choose to have targets that are, very unique to yourself, and they might not be the same as your friends in the other departments, or your friends even from your same room, because everyone has, his or her own interests, right? Even now you are, grouped in different faculties or different departments, right? Okay, so basically, self development carries the notion of enhancing our capability and potentials. This is what we want actually. Yeah, when we talk about self development, there's always a moving forward in life. All right, you are a better person today than you were yesterday, and hopefully, you're going to become a better person tomorrow than you are today. Yeah, it's a forward movement to a position of greater achievement, yeah, for better opportunity and for more benefits. All right. So, think about this, yeah, along this line when you think about self-development. Okay. Now, in this sharing session, yeah, I don't want to call this as as a lecture, all right? But I'm more keen in regarding this as a sharing session actually, right? I want to try and relate as much as possible, use examples in terms of you as the matriculation students, yeah, Center for the Foundation Studies, all right? Because I think you can relate better to that. Okay. Um, okay, for self-development, all right, there are things that will always come together, yeah, or what we call it as the part and parcel of self-development. Okay. Now, when we think about self-development, all right, we must first realize, yeah, about our own capabilities. Yeah, you must be able to develop a sense of self-awareness. Who am I actually? Yeah. I know, being at your age, yeah. How old are you right now? I think about what, 18, 17? How old are you, Hazrina?
18.
18. Okay. You're so young. Okay. All right. So this is the age where, everything is so confusing for you, right? So you have to take time to reflect. All right. What is it that you want to achieve in life? Okay. Why are you here in Gambang, for example? Yeah. Are you here because your mom is asking you to be here? Yeah. Or are you here because all of my friends are here, so I need to be here? Yeah. So these are things that you need to reflect from time to time. All right. That sense of self-awareness. Because when you start doing that, All right, then only you will realize your strength and your weaknesses. Yeah, it's okay to have weaknesses. All right, we are all humans. Yeah, now do not think of your strength as always an advantage to you. All right, knowing what your strengths are is good. Yeah, but do not think that only because you have those strengths it will always give the advantage for you in life. It can also be a burden. Yeah, at the same time, yeah, you also have to identify your weaknesses because you need to do something about it. Yeah, weaknesses can be both challenging, yeah, but it can also give you a certain opportunity. All right. If I can just give you some simple example, yeah, I think when I first joined the university, yeah, I realized I needed to brush up on my Arabic. Yeah, so I've always been an English teacher all my life. Yeah, so when I joined the university, I realized, sometimes I'm not able to communicate with my Middle Eastern students clearly because they are not very good in English and I'm not very good in Arabic. So, there must be a way how I can overcome this. Yeah. So I realized that I needed to do something about my Arabic language. So that that ability to identify that weakness is very important. It is then you realize, yeah, that you need to do something about it. Yeah, it gives you that opportunity to go and learn. Yeah, and through learning I get to meet people. Yeah, I get to improve the language. Yeah, so this is very important. All right, you have to know your strength and weaknesses. Okay. As a CFS student also, what is your mission in life? Okay. What is it that you want to achieve at the end of this semester, for example? What is it that you want to achieve at the end of the third semester? I believe you have 3 semesters, right, as a CFS student, all right? And then beyond that, what is your purpose in life? Okay, once you're done in Gambang, okay, where are you going? Are you going to Gombak, or are you going to Kuantan, or are you going to Pago? What will happen to you then? Yeah, so you've got to understand this route that you are taking. Okay, because there's no turning back at this juncture. Yeah, you'll have to move forward, stay positive. Okay, and as Muslims, all right, your purpose in life is not just about what's happening here, yeah, as you are breathing, okay, but what's going to happen to you after you have stopped breathing. What is going to be your life hereafter? Okay, so as Muslims, these are crucial questions that we need to ask. Okay, of course, along the way, yeah, you'll be meeting a lot of people, right? Different cultures that you will encounter, and also different values, people from various background. All right, so there are also things that you might want to pick and choose, yeah, because not all that you experience can bring benefit to you. Yeah. Perhaps for me in Gomba, we are, very international, all right? The atmosphere is highly international. I have colleagues just in my kuliah alone, about 200 over. Yeah, they come from different countries. We're all brothers and sisters, yeah, in Islam, of course. Yeah, but we come from different countries. So sometimes, the cultures do not jive. Yeah, there are things that our colleagues from different countries may not be familiar with what we are doing here in Malaysia. Okay, so sometimes there are also conflicting values. So we have to find a way how we can resolve these issues. Okay, so just in the same manner for you in Gambang, perhaps some of you come from from the East Coast. You're not so used to what's happening in Gambang, for example, yeah, or some of you come from the northern part of Malaysia. All right, you've never been to Gambang, for example, yeah, because Gambang is already on the other side of the peninsula. So you learn, yeah, to adapt. All right, because you want to develop yourself. You cannot be that same person forever who came from Penang or who came from Kelantan. All right, we need to be open. Yeah, we need to embrace all these differences. Otherwise, we cannot develop ourselves. Yeah. So these are some of the questions you need to ask yourself. Yeah. It's part and parcel of self-development. Okay. So how can we develop ourselves? Shall we do it alone? Okay. Or shall we do it collectively? Shall we do it with friends? All right. And who are these friends that we want to, hold our hands with? All right. Is it okay if I want to go ahead and do things on my own? So sometimes people are, they're just comfortable doing things alone. Yeah. But if I can just share with you, yeah, this is an African proverb. Okay. It says, if you want to go fast, you can go alone. All right. But if you want to go far, then you need to go together. That means you're not an island. Yeah, no man is an island. All right, we need friends around us. We need families around us. Now that you are studying at, at the university, you even need your lecturers to help you. Yeah, you can study on your own, but where are you going to get the notes from? You can look at the computers, but you are still going to ask your friends how to do your assignment. Yeah. So this is the thing, right? We need to develop ourselves collectively as well. Yeah. There are times when you cannot run away from interacting with others, right? So in developing ourselves, right, as I mentioned to you just now, we need to define the goals that we want to achieve. All right. What are the factors that can influence the development? Okay. Now, when I say factors, all right, there are many factors. Yeah. For you students at this age, all right, you are 18 years old. Okay. What will be some of the contributing factors that can, help you with your success as a matriculation student? Maybe you need books. Maybe you need a computer. Yeah, you need laptops. Maybe you need good food, for example. Yeah, because some of you are deprived of good food, so you cannot study. All right. What else do you need? You need good buddies. Yeah, a good circle of friends. Yeah, because without friends, you'll be lost. Yeah, some of us are happy with friends because they can exchange notes. Yeah, they can exchange ideas. All right. So you need to also identify what are all these factors that can help contribute to your self-development. Yeah. So along the way, yeah, you create that process that suits you the best. Yeah. So this is part of also developing yourself. You need to define the goals that you want to achieve. You need to identify the factors. Yeah. And then look at the process. Yeah. Certain process may take longer than others. Yeah. Certain process may require you to meet more people, right? Not just friends, but also lecturers perhaps, or maybe ustads. Yeah. Because you also need help in terms of your stress level perhaps. Yeah. So all these are part and parcel of the whole process. Okay. Now, as Muslims, yeah, I like to share my perspective from the Islamic point of view as well, yeah, because I've shared a talk like this before with my audience who are not 100% Muslims, yeah, but I like to share this with them, right? I guess in our talk tonight, I think it's a reminder, yeah. I'm sure you know this, yeah, but it's always good to keep reminding ourselves, yeah, not just for you but also for myself, yeah. How do we develop ourselves, yeah, individually or collectively? First and foremost, we have to define who we are, yeah. We have to know who we are, yeah. And I'm sure all of us know the roles of the Khalifa, right? Because we are all, in this world carrying this responsibility as Muslims who worship Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. Yeah. So what is our purpose or our life as a Muslim, right? Is it just to benefit, to have success, to benefit us alone? What do we do with the success? Yeah. How can we benefit the society also with the success that we have? Yeah. So it's not just about us. All right. We cannot be self-centered, but we also have to think about the society around us. Yeah. It's not just fardu ain, but it is also fardu kifayah. Yeah. So we have to be good to the ummah, yeah, the rahmatan lil alami concept, all right, doing good to the ummah, yeah, whatever that we do now, the actions that we take now will have some effect to the people around us, yeah, whether it's a small impact or a big impact, there will be something that we will leave behind, yeah, okay, and then like the factors that I mentioned earlier, all right, for us Muslims, what are the factors that can push us ahead? Yeah, what are the values, right? What are the Islamic teachings that can help to influence our development? Yeah, I think for us Muslims, yeah, our religion teaches us only the good values. Yeah, um, we are no different from people of other religions as well, right? But other than those good values, yeah, being honest, being kind, being respectful, we also always constantly remind ourselves of our creator, yeah, because ultimately, yeah, whatever that we are doing right now, yeah, as a Muslim, our deeds or our misdeeds, they are all going to be judged in front of Allah, yeah. And in the process, yeah, in the process, for us Muslim, our life is very much guided by the fiqh, yeah. There is fiqh in our Muslim life that will tell us, yeah, the correct way of achieving our goals, all right. It is not anything beyond what is guided by our religion, yeah. So with the fiqh that we understand, yeah, we know how to perform our salat, for example. We know how to manage our finance, for example, yeah. We know how to take care of our parents, for example. Even husband and wife must know how to respect each other because we are all guided by our religion, okay. All right, so what is this process of constructing an identity? I mentioned to you just now, being at your age, yeah, um, 18 years old, soon you're going to be 19, yeah, next year. There's a lot of, confusion in your hormones right now, all right? So you are still in the process of trying to, come up with a definition of your own identity. All right. Some of you are now doing what is it? Medic or science, yeah. Or some of you are doing accounting or taking accounting as your major right now when you did not study accounting before in school, yeah. Some of you are now going to do English when when you were in school, you're not that wasn't your favorite subject, yeah. So you're still trying to find your identity, okay. So in the process of doing that, all right, you will now try to understand different principles in life, yeah, principles that govern us, the human uh, potential, right? Your interaction with your friends, for example, yeah. At the CFS, yeah, the way you interact with your friends may not be the same as how you were interacting with your friends in school, all right, when you were in high school, yeah. Because right now you have a different set of friends, yeah. They come from other states. They are no longer from the same state that you were in before, yeah. So this can be also a challenging experience for you, yeah. But you have to overcome this, yeah, from the positive point of view, right? As I said before this, yeah, the differences is actually giving you an opportunity, yeah, to understand and to accept and embrace the differences for for a more positive manner, okay. One of the ways, yeah, how we want to overcome, yeah, this identity crisis is to look at successful people around us who may share the same context, yeah. Maybe people who have been doing the same course like what you're doing right now, yeah. People from the same discipline or from the same field, yeah. This can be somebody who you respect or you look upon, okay. So it's easy, yeah, to look at a role model, yeah, and you will try and emulate this person's success, by following the good traits or the good characteristics of that person. Maybe it's a bit too early, for you to identify those role models. It's not easy, in fact, to search for a role model. But through your readings, through your interaction, through your socialization, when you talk to your lecturers, maybe, you will be able to identify, one or two characters around you where you can set, you can set them as an example for you. Right now, I can just tell you that the best example, or the best role model for us would be our Prophet Rasulullah, Prophet Muhammad. But maybe some people may say, oh, he would come from a different generation, he would come from a different country or a different context, right? Yes, that's true. He's not doing magic like you, or he's not doing English like what I'm doing right now, teaching English. But he carries those values that we can follow. He is the ultimate example of a person, with the correct values, with the positive values that we can all emulate. This is what I mean by searching for a role model that can help you to develop yourself. Okay. Be careful, all right, of quick fix. What do I mean by quick fix? Be careful of trying to, capture those success instantly. Because we are so desperate in trying to develop ourselves. We'll buy all sort of products, we'll attend all sorts of training, we will join this workshop and that workshop. Actually, it's okay. That's not. There's no harm actually joining, or even paying, all right, for all these talks and seminars. But ultimately, it is you who needs to take those actions. You will have to, people can open the door for you, but you will have to make that entry, right? It's you who have to go and open the, go and enter the room, all right? So sometimes people are, easily what is the word actually, influenced maybe, by certain techniques, all right? I feel that it's all right to attend seminars or workshops, on self-development, but what is more important is you should be able to take away, all the positive values from those experiences and work on it. All right, work on it. Okay, you cannot lie to yourself. I think even for myself as a lecturer, one of the main things that I have to do as a lecturer, right? I have to write. I've got to publish. I conduct research, a lot of research, but after that I have to write because I need to publish. So one of my professors say, Ainul, you can attend all these workshops on publishing articles or writing books, all right? But if you don't start writing, nothing will happen. So he bluntly told me that I know thinking is not writing, so just start writing. So this is the thing. You can gain all these experiences from all these seminars and workshops, right? But what is more important is, are you gonna do it? That's the important thing. All right, you have to make that first step. Okay, now I'm still on self-developing. I'm still focusing on self-developing because I need you to understand what it means by self-improvement or self-development, and then only we will try and connect that with language. We will see how language is involved in your process of self-improvement. Okay, so developing yourself, all right, can be done by yourself actually. You can perform salat. You can listen to like what we're doing right now. You can listen to webinars. You can do it by yourself. But perhaps it is also a good idea to get help from others. Yeah, because two heads are better than one. Yeah, more ideas can come, yeah, or more ideas can pop up when you have someone to talk to, yeah, or when someone is telling you something else, yeah, something that you've never thought before. All right, so that is how you can develop yourself further, right? And always remember, as I mentioned to you just now, yeah, self improvement takes planning. Yeah, you must carefully plan, all right, roll out your plan. Yeah, what do you want to do? Okay, how much time you want to spend? Where do you want to go? Yeah, how much money also you want to use, right? So all of these are things that you have to consider in your plan. Yeah, it's not something that an overnight thing that you're going to do. Yeah, I'm just going to do my self improvement starting tomorrow. That's it. Yeah, but you don't have a plan, right? So if you do that, that means you're planning for a failure. Okay. All right. So what are the strategies for self development? Okay. There are many strategies. These are some of the ideas that I gathered from the internet, okay, from my readings, and also some from the experts who have gone through these various strategies. Yeah, I've got friends who are actually personal coaches. Yeah, for self development, right? They are actually making a lot of money by just becoming coaches. Yeah, trainers, for example. Okay. All right, the first one that you need to understand, you have to have this affirmation. All right, you have to have this realization, like what I mentioned to you just now. Yeah, you have to have a positive affirmation. Okay, and then next, you have to have a creative visualization. This is you trying to visualize how success will look like. Yeah, and you need to be creative about it. Some of you are doing what is it, bachelor of sciences. Yeah, so you're going to end up as a doctor. Yeah, so you can, from now you can now start visualizing how you will look like as a doctor, right? Some of us are going to become what linguists, okay, people in my department, for example. Yeah, so how are you going to visualize yourself as a linguist? Okay, what are you going to do as a linguist? Okay, you're going to work at the embassy, perhaps. Yeah, you're going to work alongside corporate tycoons, for example, or you're going to become a professor, maybe. Yeah, so you can start visualizing who you're going to become. Yeah, in maybe 5 or 6 years from now. All right. So these are strategies. Okay. You can set goals and targets. All right. As I mentioned to you just now, your goals can be short-term goals and also long-term goals. Okay. You can search for coaches, personal trainers. Right. They can be your mentors. Yeah. They can guide you. Some, of course, some are not for free. Yeah. Okay. You can also get help in terms of therapy. Yeah, some of us need counseling from time to time. Okay, we suffer from depression, perhaps. Yeah, you've got issues in terms of your health issues, perhaps. Yeah, so you need help in terms of therapy. Okay, I like this next strategy, which is overcoming fear. Like I said earlier on, yeah, you must first realize your strength and weaknesses. Okay, so if you have identified your weakness and you know what to do about it, this is the time for you to overcome that weakness. Yeah, okay. For you in the Gambang Foundation Center, yeah, maybe some of us suffer from stage fright. Yeah, you cannot give any public speaking activity, for example, because you have this fear of standing in front of people. All right, so it's a good thing that you realize you have this problem. So now is the time to overcome that problem. Okay, so what are you going to do? You are going to volunteer yourself to become the speaker. All right, if there's an activity in class and you are one of the group members, you would put up your hand and volunteer to become the speaker for your group. All right, so this is one of the strategies. Okay, because humans, people like us, yeah, we are, people of habit, all right? Once we start doing it, all right, we would want to do it again, and we become comfortable doing it, yeah? So after a while, it becomes a habit. We no longer have any fear in doing it, okay? And then another one is to take action, okay? Now, taking action, like the example I gave you just now, yeah, I'm going to stop thinking and I'm going to start writing, yeah, I will do it, all right? Just like you, I'm going to stop watching Netflix and I'm going to hit my books, yeah, I'm going to start studying. You cannot be watching, the movies or the TV series and at the same time you're thinking about your assignment, okay? You can do that, but your assignment is still not, it's not going to, it's still not going to be done, yeah? All right, you're not taking the right actions, okay? And of course, as a Muslim, all right, you must always count your blessings, yeah? uh, you must be grateful, yeah, you must be thankful all the time, yeah? You're here in Gambang. I'm sure many of your friends did not make it, yeah, they are not in the matriculation center with you, they are probably studying somewhere else, all right? So you should always be grateful, yeah, you must always say syukur because you have been selected to be, yeah, among the best students in Malaysia, in fact, yeah, to be studying in Gambang, okay? I forgot another one, yeah, journaling. Okay, journaling is where you spend time to write, yeah. It's like writing a diary, actually, yeah, your own journal, okay. The good thing about journaling is the fact that you are writing, yeah. You can do it, using your computers, your laptops, but it's still not the same like you holding a pen and writing it out, yeah, from your own thoughts, yeah, from your own reflections, all right? Journaling is a very good way to, it's like a way to release your stress, yeah? Maybe during the day, yeah, you had a terrible argument with someone, yeah? So you just want to express your anger, maybe, yeah, your sadness, all right? Maybe your sorrow in writing, yeah? So you do that through journaling, okay? It keeps your mind relaxed when you are writing, okay? You can release your emotion there, okay? All right, what else? So these are some of the strategies for self-development, okay? Oh, by the way, how much time do I have? Nazrina, how much time do I have? May I know how much time I have? Okay, I will just continue. All right, so now we're going to move on to language, right? So where does language fit into, all of this, yeah, into the self-development, okay? Now, first, let's look at what language means, yeah? So language is a form of communication, okay? Whether it is spoken or whether it is written. Some of us are using sign language, all right? But basically, this is language, yeah, where we use for communication, all right? And it has its own system, yeah, or what we call a system of symbols, right? Now, the main areas in linguistics, they are syntax, semantics, phonetics, phonology, yeah, and pragmatics, all right? I'll just go through this very quickly for the benefit of our friends who are not doing language, all right? Phonology is the language sound system. Morphology refers to the units of meaning involved in word formation, yeah? How is it that certain words have, a lot of prefixes or suffixes, yeah? How some words can be developed into, longer words, right? So that's morphology, okay? Syntax is basically grammar, all right, looking at how you string words together and you form sentences out of those words. Yeah. Semantics involves the meanings, yeah, of words and sentences. All right. You can have one word having one meaning, and then you can have another word having another meaning. But when you combine those two words together, you will get a different word altogether. All right. So that's semantics. Yeah. I always enjoy teaching semantics. Pragmatics is another branch of linguistics. Yeah. It's talking about language in context. Yeah. Uh, when someone enters the room, for example, and then you tell that person, oh, I think it's very hot today. Yeah. And you know that that person is just standing by, by the switch that will switch on the fan. Yeah. But you're not telling that person to switch on the fan. You're just telling the person that it's very hot today. So what are you doing? You're trying to indicate to the person, please switch on the fan. Right. So that's part of semantics. Yeah. You're trying to communicate using the language in context. Okay. So let's have a look, yeah, at the different stages of language development, yeah, for humans. Okay. Now I'm going to start with the self-development for a baby in relation to language. Okay. When you were still a baby, yeah, you had your own communication. Yeah. You were using your own language, all right, to communicate with your mom, with your sisters or your brothers, your siblings around you. You were not using the same kind of language like your parents, for example, or like your sisters, but you still were able to communicate, yeah, within that circle of family, yeah, because we understand as a baby there is only so much of language ability that you have as a baby, yeah. So for linguists, for scientists, we always want to study, yeah, the development of a baby in terms of their language. All right. Now remember, when you use language, you are also activating different parts of your brains. Yeah. That's why people say, you have to take care of your head. All right. If you ride the motorbike and you do not put on the helmet and you encounter an accident, okay, and something goes wrong with your head, chances are the rest of your body is also going to suffer. Yeah. Because a lot of things, a lot of activities are happening in your brains that can affect all the other parts of your body. Right? You can break your arm during the accident, for example, yeah, a broken arm, but you can still function. Yeah, you can still smile, you can still speak. Yeah, you can still do other things. All right, although you just broke your arm. But if if your head is smashed, all right, or if there's a brain injury, okay, you might just be limping. All right, although your hands are not broken or your legs are not broken, it's because something has injured in your brain. Yeah, it has got to do also with the neurons that's connected to your language ability. Yeah, that's why when people suffer from accident, they cannot speak, right? Because there's some brain damage as a result of the accident. Okay, so for the self-development for a baby, yeah, I've got here some examples. Okay, how babies develop, right, from the time they were born until maybe for about 1 or 2 years old. Yeah, so they will start cooing, and then they will have their own laughter. Yeah, that's usually happening around 16 weeks. Okay, they will start babbling. Right, they will have certain words that only babies can understand. Yeah, words like ba ba ba. These are what we call as baby jargons. Yeah, jargons are words that are very unique to only those specific people. Okay, and then between 6 and 11 months, right, they will learn the word no. Yeah, they will understand the mom or the dad when we parents say no to them. Right, that's a sign of stopping what you're doing. All right, so pick up certain understanding of the sounds that we utter to them, yeah, and because of that, yeah, because of their language ability, it's also a form of self-development for the baby, yeah. And of course, as they grow up to 1 year old, there will be other vocabulary that they will pick up, yeah. Sometimes they understand simple instructions, yeah, or they will start to even utter or say words, simple words like mama or dada. Yeah, normally it's mama, right? Because of the way we pronounce the word. Yeah, so that's for the baby. Okay, and then after that, the babies will become toddlers. Yeah, they will have they would reach this stage where we call early childhood. Yeah, they're not yet in school. Yeah, but they begin to use and experiment words that they have picked up along the way. Yeah, there are more advances in all the linguistic branches. Okay, they become more analytical. Yeah, they look at things around them and they try to make sense. Yeah, they like to read books because they are exploring the words in the books. Yeah, this is the what we call the metalinguistics awareness. Okay, until today, people are still debating whether we should teach the child single words or should we teach them whole sentences. All right. Some of you are going to become linguists. Yeah. So this is an area where people are still experimenting. Some of you may even have younger siblings at home. Yeah. When I say younger siblings, maybe they are still not in school yet. All right. So this is something that you can also experiment. Yeah. Find out how they develop their language. Teach them or expose to them certain English books and see how they pick up those words. Would it be faster to teach them single words or can we teach them full sentences? All right. Okay. And all of this, yeah, has got to do with the thinking development, yeah, their cognitive development. Okay. And as they develop their cognitive development, yeah, as they develop their cognitive skills, right, they learn to write. Yeah, they learn to write. Okay. Of course, after that they go to school, just like you. Yeah, you were in school a few months ago, a few years ago. Yeah, and some children are, are just natural bilinguals. Yeah, that means they can speak or they are able to speak the language. Yeah, not just the ones that they have at home as their mother tongue, but also the second language that they use in schools. Yeah. I think for us Malaysians in general, we can switch, yeah, from English to Bahasa, from Bahasa to English quite easily actually, because we are so exposed to the language. Yeah, at home you would, of course, you'll be more comfortable using the kind of language your mom is using. Yeah, so some of us would use, of course, Bahasa Melayu a lot because our mom uses a lot of Bahasa Melayu. Yeah. My children, for example, because I teach English, so sometimes they are more comfortable using English with me. Yeah, so when we talk or when we interact, there's a lot of English happening. Yeah, and of course when they are with their friends, yeah, they would switch to the mother tongue of their friends. Yeah, so if it's a Malay friend, then they will use naturally Bahasa Melayu, right? But others may be using English, or in my case, my children, they are in Al-Amin. Some are even using Arabic, yeah, in their everyday conversation. Okay? Children at a very young age are very flexible in terms of language use. Yeah, they can pick up language very, very fast. All right. Some of you may have followed your parents when they were studying abroad. Yeah, as a young child, yeah, as small children, they would pick up that foreign language very, very fast. Yeah, this is what Chomsky referred to as the innate ability. Yeah, we are all born with that innate ability to pick up, yeah, language. Yeah, this is from his second language acquisition theory. Okay, and this is also the reason why we are different from animals. Yeah, we've got this brain that is connected to our language ability, and we are able to use language to communicate with each other. Yeah. Animals, however, they have brains, but their brains is not really connected to their language ability. They have a way to communicate between them, but it is not, like the actual utterances that we have as humans. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try and share with you now. Okay, this is a very short video. All right, a short video on child bilingualism. Okay, let me see if I can share this with you. Hold on. Okay. This is a short TED talk, yeah, on the benefits of bilingual brains. You may be able to relate to this video as a reflection of yourself, yeah, because some of us do not realize that we are also bilinguals in nature. Okay, some of us are actually bilinguals, right? Okay, let me share the video. Where is my video? Okay, can you see my video?
Yes, madam.
Yes. Okay.
Hablas español? Parlez-vous français? 你会说中文吗? If you answered sí, oui, or 会, and you're watching this in English, chances are you belong to the world's bilingual and multilingual majority. And besides having an easier time traveling or watching movies without subtitles, knowing 2 or more languages means that your brain may actually look and work differently than those of your monolingual friends. So, what does it really mean to know a language? Language ability is typically measured in 2 active parts, speaking and writing, and 2 passive parts, listening and reading. While a balanced bilingual has near equal abilities across the board in 2 languages, most bilinguals around the world know and use their languages in varying proportions. And depending on their situation and how they acquired each language, they can be classified into 3 general types. For example, let's take Gabriella, whose family immigrates to the US from Peru when she's 2 years old. As a compound bilingual, Gabriella develops 2 linguistic codes simultaneously with a single set of concepts, learning both English and Spanish as she begins to process the world around her. Her teenage brother, on the other hand, might be a coordinate bilingual, working with 2 sets of concepts, learning English in school while continuing to speak Spanish at home and with friends. Finally, Gabriella's parents are likely to be subordinate bilinguals, who learn a secondary language by filtering it through their primary language. Because all types of bilingual people can become fully proficient in a language, regardless of accent or pronunciation, the difference may not be apparent to a casual observer. But recent advances in brain imaging technology have given neurolinguists a glimpse into how specific aspects of language learning affect the bilingual brain. It's well known that the brain's left hemisphere is more dominant in analytical and logical processes, while the right hemisphere is more active in emotional and social ones. Though this is a matter of degree, not an absolute split. The fact that language involves both types of functions, while lateralization develops gradually with age, has led to the critical period hypothesis. According to this theory, children learn languages more easily because the plasticity of their developing brains lets them use both hemispheres in language acquisition, while in most adults, language is lateralized to one hemisphere, usually the left. If this is true, learning a language in childhood may give you a more holistic grasp of its social and emotional contexts. Conversely, Recent research showed that people who learned a second language in adulthood exhibit less emotional bias and a more rational approach when confronting problems in the second language than in their native one. But regardless of when you acquire additional languages, being multilingual gives your brain some remarkable advantages. Some of these are even visible, such as higher density of the gray matter that contains most of your brain's neurons and synapses, and more activity in certain regions when engaging a second language. The heightened workout a bilingual brain receives throughout its life can also help delay the onset of diseases like Alzheimer's and dementia by as much as 5 years. The idea of major cognitive benefits to bilingualism may seem intuitive now, but it would have surprised earlier experts. Before the 1960s, bilingualism was considered a handicap that slowed a child's development by forcing them to spend too much energy distinguishing between languages, a view based largely on flawed studies. And while a more recent study did show that reaction times and errors increase for some bilingual students in cross-language tests, it also showed that the effort and attention needed to switch between languages triggered more activity in, and potentially strengthened, the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex. This is the part of the brain that plays a large role in executive function, problem solving, switching between tasks, and focusing while filtering out irrelevant information. So, while bilingualism may not necessarily make you smarter, it does make your brain more healthy, complex, and actively engaged. And even if you didn't have the good fortune of learning a second language as a child, it's never too late to do yourself a favor and make the linguistic leap from hello to hola, bonjour, or ni haos, because when it comes to our brains, a little exercise can go a long way.
Okay, so that was just a short video, on bilingualism. All right, maybe some of you are actually bilinguals. You don't realize it. Okay. Let me go back to my slides. Okay. So this phenomena of being bilingual, right, really gives you an advantage actually. When we realize that there's a lot of potential by being bilingual, people will realize that learning or acquiring another language will help us to develop ourselves. It doesn't matter whether you are a student studying or whether you are working, or maybe you're just seeking for a job right now. That extra language that you know will give you an advantage. Okay, so let us look at how you can develop yourself. Right now as a student. Okay, how can language help you to self-develop? Okay, because there are many positive changes that you can make to your brains, through language learning. All right. Again, if I can share my experience with you, I was actually a student. When I did my master's and my PhD, I was actually a student here in the university. My first degree was in UKM, but I did my master's in economics, and I did my PhD in education, specializing in English. Okay, so throughout my years as a student, I had many classmates from different countries, right? And I realized that the way they speak, although we are all using English, but the way they speak sounds a bit weird to me. It sounds a bit bizarre. Of course, at the beginning you find it a bit strange, to the extent that you feel awkward just talking to them. But after a while you realize that you cannot avoid people who use English in a different way that you're using. Just because of the differences, you want to avoid talking to them or meeting them, because after all you're still classmates, right? Like I said just now, no man is an island. There are times when you have to have a group work with them. There are times you have to listen to their presentation. And then after a while you realize that what if they have the same feelings about you? What if your English sounds so strange to them as well? So this is the thing about self-development, where language is involved. Yeah, you're not just embracing the differences from the negative point of view, but you have to look at it from the positive aspect as well. Yeah, there are many positive aspects to language learning. Yeah, who is to say that our Malaysian English is better than what Indonesian English, for example? Who is to say that the Singaporean English is better than our Malaysian English? Yeah? Even now, as we speak, right? People around the world are no longer looking at the British English as the yardstick, yeah, or as the standard English that all of us must subscribe to. No, it's no longer like that. All right. As long as we're using, grammatical English, all right. As long as we're using the kind of language that people can understand, where the communication or the message gets across, yeah, there is communication happening. Yeah. We can develop ourselves just by using the kind of English that's acceptable by everyone around us. Okay. Um, Certain physical changes affected in the hippocampus, all right, may result in better memory overall. This is on the more on the scientific side of our brain. Yeah, language learning can also slow brain aging. This is also scientifically proven. People say that those who have more than one language that they know, yeah, they don't become old very fast. All right. Or they won't suffer from Alzheimer, for example, yeah, or dementia, for example. Remember, these kind of diseases is always related to older people, yeah. But if you have a good grasp of language, yeah, more than one language, all right, chances are you're not going to get Alzheimer very, very soon, yeah. So scientists have already proven, yeah, the relationship of mastering more than one language, all right, with patients suffering from Alzheimer. Okay, as a student, yeah, when you have English with you, well, not just English, it can be any other language, yeah, apart from your Bahasa Melayu, you can become a more sociable person, right? Because you're able to use language to bridge, yeah, that communication, or to interact with people. Yeah, language learning is an excellent training ground for improved social skill. How do you approach or greet your friends? By saying hello, by giving salam, yeah. Or when you when you turn up late, for example, for a meeting, you need to say sorry, you need to apologize. So if you don't know the right kind of language, then it'll be very awkward. All right. If I can just go back to the greetings is now, yeah, when you give salam to people, right? Um, just by identifying the right greeting, yeah, it will make you, it will put you in a comfortable position. Yeah, I always use this example with my students. When you see your mom, how do you say, how do you greet her in the morning? When you see your friends, how do you greet them in the morning, for example? Yeah? Would you use the same greetings with your friends? Will you use the same greeting with your lecturer, for example, or with the rector, for example? Yeah, of course they are not the same. Yeah, you may just say, oh, "Hoi, kau apa khabar?" for example. Yeah, what's up? Yeah, to your friends, but you're not going to use the same greetings with your lecturer. Maybe, yeah, maybe for your lecturers you will say salam or good morning. Yeah, or what kind of greetings will you use with the Tan Sri, your rector? Yeah, some people may just be stunned and don't say anything because you're just excited seeing him, for example. Yeah, so your ability to differentiate greetings alone can help you to interact with people properly. Yeah, you will avoid the awkwardness of meeting people and greeting them, yeah, wrongly greeting them, if you know the right way of interacting, right? Sometimes also people look at language as a way to be relaxed, yeah, to be comfortable among strangers. All right, this is what we mean by the gift of the gap. Yeah, some people are they easily make friends with others because they know what to ask. Yeah, they ask the right questions, right? They have the right tone and the right language also, speaking with different groups of people, right? So the example I gave you about the morning greeting just now, yeah, that's one simple example. Yeah, the kind of language that I'm using with you right now may not be the same as the kind of language that I use with students in high school, for example. Yeah, I've given so many talks. All right, sometimes the topics are similar, but when I have different audiences, I really have to go, go up or go down in terms of my language delivery, depending on who my audience is. Yeah, so again, all right, you can become sociable just because you have a good grasp of the language. Yeah, so language is actually a tool for you. Okay, as a student, all right, as a student, when you have a good command of the language, you can become more articulate. All right, what does it mean by being articulate? As a student, are you going to keep quiet all the time? Right, like what's going on right now? I'm doing most of the talking. Yeah, but this is pretty normal because we're doing it online. But if you're in a class, your teacher is speaking, yeah, or your friends are also in the class with you, there are times where you are expected to express your opinion. Yeah, you've got to be assertive. You've got an idea, and you don't need to keep the ideas to yourself alone. All right, you have to be able to share those ideas with your classmates, with your lecturers in front. This is what I mean by being articulate. Yeah, and when you speak up, you would know what would be the right words and phrases to use when you want to express your opinion. What would be the good choice of words? Yeah, if you are counter arguing a friend who just expressed his or her opinion, how do you do that with adab, for example? Yeah, you're not going to, you're not just going to attack her ideas or his ideas, all right? But you're going to provide, an alternative, giving your own opinion, yeah, which may not be the same as what she or he has mentioned, right? So all of these are part of being articulate. You need to have this skill as a student. Yeah, university students need to speak up. All right, I have to tell you this. Yeah, maybe in schools you were asked to keep quiet all the time. Yeah, your teachers would rather you keep quiet because there's so many of you in the class. Yeah, she'll have problems controlling the class. I know what it's like because I was a school teacher also before I joined the university. Yeah, my school was all boys. We didn't have any girls in the school, so you can imagine how I appear in school every day. Yeah, I would look like the lion. Right, I'll just ask everyone to keep quiet because I need to teach them. Yeah, there's so many in the class. But as you enter tertiary level, as you're now entering, CMS in Gambang, we would like to see your ideas, yeah, being shared in class with your lecturers and with your friends, yeah. So how can you share all this if you're not articulate? Yeah, how can you express your opinion if you don't have the language? All right. So this is the thing: how you can develop yourself using language. Okay. Now, fast forward, right? Fast forward. Okay. Maybe you're going to search for a job after you graduate. All right. Now, I cannot express enough how important, yeah, language is as an added value. Yeah, a lot of times your future employer will look at the extra language as an advantage for you. Yeah, between all these candidates, they all have flying colors results from the university. Only one candidate stood up, right? Has that advantage because of the second language that she has or because of the third language that she has. Yeah, your boss is probably the company is probably a multinational country. Yeah, they have their, what do you call it, branches in other parts of the world. Yeah, maybe in Europe or maybe in Africa, right? So if you have the advantage of having an extra language, yeah, I would say that you will be, the better candidate that they will choose. All right. So all of this will be included in your CV. Yeah. Every time you apply for a job, you will need to send in your CV, your curriculum vitae. Yeah, so you will put that in, right? How skillful are you? Yeah, in other languages that you have studied or learned. Okay, all right. So that's it. Yeah, language, as you can see, yeah, is a booster for self-improvement. All right, it's not that without language you cannot improve yourself. Yeah, but it is with language that you can definitely move forward. Yeah, you can definitely improve from yesterday to become a better person tomorrow. All right, whichever discipline you come from. Okay, so you must have language, yeah, to in order to improve yourself. Okay, so just to recap the whole sharing session that we had tonight. All right, I was with you just now about 1.5 hours. Okay, why you should learn another language? All right, you should learn because it can diminish your prejudice towards others who may not share the same culture as you do. Yeah, um, people from different backgrounds. Yeah, you no longer have any ill feelings toward them because you know their language, perhaps. Right? With the foreign language or the second language, your ability to think, yeah, to analyze becomes better, right? Because there are so many research relating language competency with analytical skill. Okay, um, dealing with another culture enables people to gain a more profound understanding of their own culture. When you realize that there is a different culture that you're looking at, you would appreciate your own culture better. Yeah, this is the good thing about learning about other people's background. Yeah, you will tend to appreciate your own background, your own culture better. All right. With language comes creativity. Okay. With language comes English vocabulary. All right. We just spoke about graduates and employability. Yeah, if you have language, it will give you the edge. Yeah, the extra communication skills. Okay, with language also, whether it's Japanese or English or Korean, it makes traveling much easier. International travels much easier because you know the language. Yeah, learning other languages also opens the door to creativity like arts, music, dance, fashion. Yeah, you learn about the history of that particular culture's fashion. Yeah, maybe it's arts, right? One anticipates more effectively and responsibly in a multicultural world, yeah, if you know the language. And of course, as a Muslim, all right, this increases your level of devotion. If you know Arabic, then you would be reading the Quran and understand what you're reading. Yeah. Right now, many of us are just reciting or reading the Quran blindly. We don't understand what we are reading. Yeah. So how do we appreciate the surah that we are reading? All right. How do we appreciate the stories of Rasulullah in the Quran? Yeah. How can we understand the words of Allah from the Quran? Yeah. So when we learn Arabic, we'll be able to understand and appreciate and become a better a Muslim, yeah, for that matter. Okay. All right. I think that's about it. Alhamdulillah. So I'm going to stop sharing now. Okay. It's already 10. I'm not sure. Do we have a Q&A session?
Yes, madam.
Oh, okay. All right. They still have the energy to ask questions. Okay. All right, shoot.
All right. Amazing. Show stopping. Wow. With all sincerity, thank you, Dr. Ainul. Your words inspiring, yet very, very informative and significant to us all. It's something that will surely benefit all of us for the present and the future as well. So we are going to have a panel titled Act for Tonight's Show, the moment all of you have been waiting for. Drum rolls, please. Q&A session. All right. So, Dr. Ainul, are you ready for all the all the inquiries our eager viewers may have for tonight. All right. So the first question is, what are some of the practical tips in constructing a clear and matched sentence spontaneously during live interaction?
Oh, okay. Spontaneous sentence, you mean?
Yes.
Okay. Now, how do you form a sentence? That you must ask yourself first. Yeah. How do you form a sentence? It has to come from ideas. All right. So those ideas would come from your readings, perhaps. Yeah. Those ideas would come from your experience, perhaps. Because basically, you're trying to answer or address the question. Yeah. So you need to have those vocabulary first, or you need to have those answers first. Then you put them together, chunks of words to string them to become a sentence. All right. Just like this question that Husna is asking me. Yeah. I first start with my idea. Yeah. And then I try to put all these ideas together and string them as a sentence. Yeah. Of course, when this is expressed in speaking, it's not exactly the same as writing. Yeah. If I'm gonna answer this in writing, then I've got to think about what the topic sentence is, what the supporting details are, what the examples are, and so on and so forth. Yeah. So speaking, is more spontaneous. It can be challenging at the same time because you don't have any time. You don't have that much time to think. Yeah. Did I answer your question?
These are all the completion of the question that students asked.
Okay. Oh, you actually have a list of the questions?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right. So, Doctor, the next question is, Salam, Doctor. In your opinion, in learning language, does it matter to sound like authentic speaker?
Okay. Yeah, that's a very popular question people ask. Should I sound like a Mat Saleh when I use English, or should I just sound like a Malaysian speaking English? Now, in my opinion, what matters is the message. Yeah. Are you able to get the message across? All right. Some of us may sound as if you're trying so hard to speak like a British speaker, so much so nobody understands what you're saying. All right. So that's pointless, actually. All right. I think we have to be proud of our own identity. Yeah. We have to be proud of our Malaysian English. All right. We can use English, according to the Malaysian English accent, as long as it's grammatical. All right. As long as the message gets across, there should be no problem. Yeah. Of course, some people spend more time in the native country, right? So they can't help but to use the language in a more similar manner like the native speakers. That's very understandable. Yeah. But to me, as long as the language that you're using is comprehensible by others, yeah, people can understand what you're trying to say, that's fine, no problem.
All right. The next question is, I want to speak confidently in front of people, but I still have anxiety to do so. How do I overcome that?
Okay. Let me guess, who is asking? Yeah, this kind of question normally is the boys, right? Sometimes practice makes perfect. Yeah, you have to practice. All right. You can start by presenting within your own groups first. Yeah. Let's say in one course that you are taking, yeah, your lecturer puts you into several groups. All right. I'm teaching introduction to discourse, for example, this semester. Yeah. So my students they are grouped into seven groups. Yeah, there's 7 groups in my section. So in each group there are about maybe 4 to 5 people. And next week they are going to begin presenting. Yeah, they're going to start their presentation next week. So I told them, all right, start practicing. Yeah, do not think or do not take presentations lightly, because there are marks for you and these are individually graded. Yeah. So what you can do is, if you have that stage fright, yeah, like Husna, just asked me just now, people who are afraid of public speaking, try to have that practice between your group members first, yeah, because when you are with your group members, you are in front of familiar faces, right? You build that confidence because you know the audience in front of you. Okay, when you have that confidence, slowly, yeah, you develop that confidence when you have to speak in a bigger crowd, yeah, in front of a bigger crowd. All right. Nothing comes easy, of course. Yeah, this all comes with a lot of practice. Yeah. But you have to start from somewhere. You have to start from somewhere. Do not think that, oh, because I dread it, so I'm not going to do it. Yeah, forever. No. At some point, you still have to do public speaking, right? Practice, practice.
All right. The next one is, how do we deal with bullies that makes fun of people trying to speak in English?
Okay. When you say bullies who make fun, right? Okay. Now, in the first place, what is the point of arguing with pointless people? All right. I find it, a waste of time. Yeah. Trying to argue with bullies, for example. Yeah. In this case, you're talking about bullies who are making fun of you. Now, in the first place, they have no business, all right, in judging you. Yeah. Nobody should be judging others just because of the differences in, the language that we are using. All right. Bullies will always be bullies. Yeah. What I can advise is, be done with them. Yeah. Don't waste your time trying to please these bullies. All right. You can never satisfy them anyway. Yeah. If they don't get to bully you today, they will bully someone else. Tomorrow they will find another one to pick on. All right. That's what bullies do, actually. Right? So do not give them the, the satisfaction of bullying you. All right. Just walk away. Don't waste time with people like this. All right. I'm sure you have other friends that you can, talk to or practice your English with. All right. Don't spend time with people who are just not worth talking to. Yeah. I think bullies are everywhere, aren't they? Yeah. They'll just be a pest in our lives forever. Okay. Any
All right,
others?
doctor. So this person has two questions. So Salam, doctor, you're very inspiring. I have two questions for you tonight. The
Okay.
first one is there any way other than reading books to improve my vocabulary? And the second one is, I got started whenever I talk in languages other than Malay because I'm afraid other people will laugh at me if I'm wrong. What can I do?
Okay. All right. Okay. The first question, how can I improve other than reading? Yeah. Okay. Let me say this honestly. Yeah. Reading is key. All right. There's no shortcut to reading. Yeah. Whether you like it or not. All right. It's not just for language purposes. Even for other academic purposes, you have to read. All right. There's no shortcut to it. Yeah. But what I can say is, be selective in your reading materials. If you find that reading, one particular book is boring, yeah, it doesn't interest you, pick up a book that can interest you. Yeah. So maybe, for example, okay, I'm thinking of the boys. Yeah. Maybe, for example, you like, topics on motorbikes or on motorcycles or cars, for example. Go and pick up a magazine in English, all right, that is discussing on cars or on motorbikes. So you are actually reading a topic that you like, actually. Yeah. So you're not forcing yourself to read that material. All right. So that's one way how you can develop your reading habit. All right. I think as a child, I used to read a lot of Enid Blyton's storybook. Maybe this is something very strange to you because I came from a different generation. Yeah. Because I was so intrigued by Enid Blyton's book, I read all her storybooks. Yeah. I find that other books were not interesting. Only Enid Blyton's book were interesting. So along the way, of course, you pick up a lot of new words. Yeah, that's how you gain or you enrich your vocabulary. Yeah, of course the stories are all fictitious. Yeah, it's not happening in our country anyway. Yeah, but I just love reading her storybooks, right? So that's my advice to people who don't like to read. Yeah, find a material that has a topic that you like. Yeah, so you can, slowly develop your reading habits from there. Some people are saying, but Madam or Dr. Ainul, we can read from the internet, right? Yeah, you can read from the internet. Yeah, many of us are reading from the phone. It's the same thing, all right? But the problem with reading from the laptop or the phone, you get distracted with all the other things going on in the phone, right? While you're reading, suddenly somebody is sending you a text message. While you're reading, you get a notification on your Instagram or on your Facebook, and there goes your reading material, right? So that's the thing about reading, yeah, when you do it on your gadgets. Okay. What was the second question?
The second question is, I got started whenever I talk in
Oh,
languages.
okay, all right. Yeah, I think that's got to do with your confidence level also. All right. Maybe you're too nervous, yeah, or maybe the person that you're talking to is causing you some anxiety. All right. What you can do is maybe just you know take take a take a deep breath before you start talking. All right, think about what you want to say. Yeah, and again, yeah, as I said earlier on, practice makes perfect. All right. Don't wait until you have to use the language, then only you start using the language, but use the language during your casual activities. Yeah, even with your own roommates. All right, you can use English, no problem. I think our university is very unique that among us Malays we can use English with each other, and nobody is going to frown their faces at you. Yeah, oh cakap orang putih. No, we don't have that, right, in our university. Yeah, because we are so international. Our atmosphere is very international. Everybody speaks English, no problem. All right. So practice among your friends as well.
All right, Doctor. So these are the questions from YouTube Live.
Oh,
The
wow.
first one is, is there a specific time to learn a language?
Is there what? Sorry?
Is there a specific time to learn a language?
Oh, okay. Is there a specific time? All right. Now, if we go according to the second language acquisition theory, all right, humans pick up language better when we are younger. Yeah, when we are younger, we are more receptive to new languages. That's why you will find people who study abroad. Yeah, when they study abroad and they bring their families, their children, their babies would would embrace or will pick up the language much quicker, much faster, yeah, compared to the adults, right? That's in the theory actually, okay. But that doesn't mean that when we have reached adulthood, we cannot learn a new language. No, we can, yeah, we can. But the rate, yeah, that the rate that we are going, yeah, in terms of the language learning will be longer. Yeah, it will be a bit slower. Yeah, I know of many of my friends, my colleagues in the kuliah who've left us. Yeah, they've gone to other countries to work. They have to learn the new language in the new country. All right, and they are adults just like me. Yeah. So far, I think I've not heard of any sad stories that they cannot survive because they don't embrace the new language. No. Yeah, we can study a new language. Maybe the fact that we are motivated, yeah, for special reasons, we can learn the new language. Yeah. There's also this thing called immersion, yeah, where we put ourselves in the culture of that language. That is when we can pick up the language faster as well. Yeah. If I keep you in Saudi maybe for 1 month, right? Chances are after 1 month you return to Malaysia with new Arabic vocabulary in you. Yeah, because you were staying in Saudi and you were using Arabic there. Yeah, this is an example of an immersion. Yeah, look at our Bangladeshi friends around us. Yeah, the workers. Yeah, They are just here in Malaysia for about 1 week. Already, they are able to use our Bahasa Melayu. All right. How is that possible? Maybe it's not a grammatical Bahasa Melayu, but they're able to pick up all those important vocabulary. It's because it is a way of survival for them. If they don't know how to use Bahasa Melayu, they cannot buy food, maybe. If they don't know Bahasa Melayu, they cannot take the bus, perhaps. All right. So sometimes you have all these external motivation factors that would drive you to learn the language. Okay. So these are one of the reasons.
All right. So for the next question, and I guess this might be the last question for tonight.
Okay.
What is your opinion on someone that can speak 5 languages?
Oh, wow. Well, I would say, oh, wow, again, if you have, that competency, right, mastery of 5 languages, I think that's a real advantage, for that person. Chances are, you'll be able to find different job careers because of your language ability. All right. I have never seen a person who has, the ability to speak more than 2 or 3 languages has any problems, adjusting to life or to their careers. All right. I think it's a real advantage if you know, more than 1 languages. I mean, look at ourselves. How many languages do we know? Can we safely say that we have English mastery and Arabic mastery? Perhaps not. Okay. I mean, I know a little bit of Arabic, but I wouldn't say that I'm proficient. Okay. There's still a long way for me to learn Arabic to become a proficient speaker. But for 5 languages, oh wow, I think that's admirable.
All right, Doctor, thank you so much. Oh, dear me, it's already over. Our time truly flies when we're all having fun. It's now nearly 10:30 now, and the end of the Q&A session indicates the final part of tonight's event.
Okay.
The photography session.
Okay, we have a photography session.
Turn on your cameras and show us your biggest smiles. Act like you're in a toothpaste commercial. All right. Also, brothers and sisters, don't forget to fill in the attendance form in the link we have provided because, well, who would be crazy enough to say no to star points? Am I right? All right.
Okay. Good. Star points collected then. Who's taking the photo?
Okay, so 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2. Okay, thanks.
Okay, thank you very much for having me. Inshallah, we'll see again each other. Some of you are going to join me in Gombak soon. Inshallah. So take care, everyone.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ainul from the
You're welcome. You're welcome. It's been an honor. Thank you so much for inviting me.
All right.
Thank you, Doctor.
No problem. Take care, everyone.